Hey everybody, welcome to the Elseworlds Exchange. I'm Sal.
And I'm Joel.
This is a comic book show where we take a story or an idea or a topic and we break it down for about an hour. It's going to be a lot of fun. If you haven't already checked it out, make sure to catch the re-uploads and rebroadcasts or just the post stuff over on our new channel, ComicPop Returns, which is just a supplemental channel so that it doesn't get in the way of the algorithm and allows all shows to flourish. It's the hope.
For real. Again, I witnessed that firsthand. I uploaded my newest podcast to my channel, and the numbers were okay. And then it hit, and I'm like, oh, this Batman Detective video should be doing way better than it is right now. Fuck.
Yeah, that's YouTube. Lol. So yeah, if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe. It's in the chat right now, and if you're catching this in the rebroadcast, hey, welcome to the channel. Thanks for being here. And thank you for getting us to over 4,000 subscribers, and we are eligible for monetization. We are currently under review. So we'll see what a human being has to say about ComicPop Returns. So today's an interesting topic. If I say so myself, just an idea where I'm like, you know, we've traded heroes in universes, we've traded villains for heroes, and so I thought, wouldn't it be interesting to see in a story reason if a character, let's say like Clint Barton, needs to become Captain America.
Which they've teased and flirted with that idea in the past, haven't they?
Yes, absolutely. And that particular idea, and we've seen characters swap, like we saw, I believe it was Danny Rand filled in for Matt Murdock as Daredevil during the Civil War era.
Elektra is filling in now for Daredevil. It's a popular suit. Everyone wants to wear that suit.
Yes, or some variant thereof. I think Elektra has worn a new version of Daredevil suit the best.
It's really nice looking.
But yeah, so that's the idea. Is we're taking that concept and going like, well, let's go ham with it. Let's say like everybody's got a trade. Like there's some kind of story going on, and like, by the way, it doesn't have to be like an event where everyone trades, and then it's just an insane, confusing mess of characters. It's just pitching secret identities being traded.
Yeah.
So, you know, I got one I'll throw out there just as an idea.
Go for it.
It's my weakest one, I think. I had the idea. It was inspired by the Slingers period in Spider-Man's history when Peter Parker was like, Spider-Man's being hunted. I gotta be.
Oh yeah.
I'll just focus on one aspect of my powers and make a superhero for each element of my powers.
Right.
Mark Spector as Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Hawkeye.
Oh, all simultaneously because he can more or less, do the powers just on his own.
That he's just like, okay, you know, and he, like, you got Mark, Jake, and Steve, and they all occupy a different character, and so at one day at a time, he's somebody else.
Oh, they can be their own super team, too. And we got to think of fun reasons why they can't all ever be in the same room at the same time.
You ever notice that Daredevil, Iron Fist, and Hawkeye are never in the same room at the same time?
Yeah,
also, for that matter, Moon Knight.
Yeah, what's up with that? Yeah, we don't see Moon Knight near as much anymore.
Right? But
that's
yeah, just
funny.
That's just an idea. I was like, hey, that'd be funny to throw that in a room and see what writer goes, oh, I like that.
That's a really good 3-issue mini, and then like you have the whole point of the story be that he's just like running himself ragged, or maybe he doesn't run himself ragged. Maybe he does it very well.
Yeah, well, maybe without the stigma of being Moon Knight, and maybe like focusing on other things, he finds himself some clarity.
Yeah, like maybe people start liking him more and everything.
And then of course Khonshu is like, no,
not on my watch, asshole.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Oh, and then maybe Khonshu picks a new Moon Knight. Look, you are derelicting your duties. I'm picking a new guy. Fuck you.
Right. And then and his first job will be killing your ass.
You know what he should do? He should pick a Moon Knight villain. Like I always forget if it's Bushman or Bushmaster is his villain.
Bushman, yeah.
Bushman is the new Moon Knight now. Suck it, Mark.
See, I love that idea. I thought you were going to go with one of his own villains, like one of the other alter egos. So it's like Bullseye becomes Moon Knight.
Oh, shit, that too. Hey, he'll follow orders, and he's a psychopath like me, so it's great.
Yeah, you have no idea how easy it was to reach that guy.
Very. Oh, and then you flip it again where it's like, oh, fuck, I can't actually control Bullseye because he's too insane. Mark, please take me back. Mark, can we team up again to fight Bullseye because he's running crazy with the powers now?
Right? That's it. That's the pitch.
See, and you thought that was your weakest pitch, and we just turned that into a killer 3 issues.
That's right. It's got to be, Moon Knight phases or, I don't know, whatever.
Mark
Three
at the
Wolf
moon.
Moon.
Yeah, that 3 Wolf Moon. Greatest shirt ever.
But yeah, so that's the idea, and that's where we're going with this concept. I also want to mention, of course, this show is sponsored by you if you're watching the show live. If you're not watching the show live, you're watching it hopefully with ads on it. So that's how we get sponsored that way. But do consider checking the show live. Like George here, who says, "How about Miles Morales as Marvel Boy? Kamala Khan as the Magnificent Spider Girl."
I actually had pitches for both of those characters.
Let's hear them. I have a pitch for Miles, not for Kamala. I should have.
So for Kamala, this is actually an idea they flirted with back in Secret Wars, actually, during one of the tie-ins, where she was brand new at this point. And they had tried aging her up a little bit, and they're like, wouldn't it be interesting if Miss Marvel grew out of her Captain Marvel phase at a point and decided, you know what? Black Widow is where it's at. I actually want to be the new Black Widow. And I'm like, that's silly. But then the more I thought about it, I'm like, hey, wait a minute. With Kamala's amazing stretching powers and everything, she could be a master infiltrator. She could get anywhere. She's the ultimate grease man, like from Ocean's 11. Nothing could stop her. And if like Natasha gave her the training and the suit and everything, she'd be a real fucking force to be reckoned with, actually, because it's like, where is she? She's in the walls. I don't know where she is.
That's true.
But of course, she's not a killer and she's not scary. But again, maybe in like a freaking Marvel Knights context or like some sort of Black Label story with that, where it's like, yeah, what if Kamala broke bad? What if, what if something bad happened to Carol? What if a villain hurt Carol and Kamala decides, you know what, I'm killing this motherfucker. I'm taking him out.
Exactly. You know, this situation does not call for Captain Marvel. This needs a Black Widow.
I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh, and then maybe you could have like old Natasha training her, like old woman Natasha, because again, I imagine this would be a future story for some reason.
Oh, naturally. Yeah. Although I would challenge it. I'd be like, go for it. No, make it now. Like, remember that period when I was like 17 and I had to be Black Widow for a time?
Because it's definitely one of those situations too where it's like, yeah, people love the Miss Marvel book and everything, but people really love Kamala, though. I think you could put her in any costume and people are going to be following her because it's the character that sells the costume, not the other way around, which is a very Marvel concept, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely. Which is why you see that so often, like so many like mantles being traded and so forth at Marvel, more so I think than DC.
Yeah, although DC's kind of like weird about it.
Yeah, though Sam has a great suggestion here. Sam Anderson says, while the powers don't match, Dick Grayson could live up to Superman.
Indeed, he could. He's definitely got the morality and the inner goodness and the friendliness and everything. You could get around the powers too. Maybe like Dr. Hamilton builds him like a sunsuit.
Sunsuit. He absorbs solar in radiation or whatever. Whatever. I don't know. Hell, there's a Kryptonian chamber. Hell, Superman says I could give my powers to other people. Like there's a thing in the fortress that can do that. I just don't.
Because why would I?
Right. And he's like, I'm leaving. I need a Superman. John obviously fucked up because there's a whole story arc about John being Superman right now. And then he just goes, there's nobody else I trust. Dick, you're up. And I'll be back. Maybe. But if I'm not, you're going to need these.
Going to the center of the sun for milk and cigarettes. I'll be back.
Exactly. I'd read that.
Man, that'd be great too, because then how does that change his relationship with Bruce, who has oftentimes had an antagonistic relationship with Superman, but now he's like your son who got to be Superman, and now he's even more your peer than he was before because he has taken up the mantle of Superman. He's on that level now, and you got to talk to him about everything the same way you would talk to Superman about everything.
Honestly, I think that you could go either way with it. You could go pretty dark. You could have him really resent him, be like, you fall into you're one of them now.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty lazy. I think you could also do it where he's like, look at you now. Look at you go. Yeah. That kind of thing where he's like, no, I didn't whinge when you picked Nightwing, a Kryptonian superhero, because I knew that if anybody could be like Clark, it's you. You
know what that is? That could also be like the last Batman story where Bruce is like, I can die now because the mission will be complete.
Yep.
I raised you, you're the best of us, and now you have the powers of a god, but all the experiences of a Bat family member. I know the future is safe now. I can officially die now and hang up my own cape.
Right. Yeah. He just retires. He's just like, screw it.
It's fine now. Yeah.
It's fine now.
Everything is fine now. Like, I think that's actually a very beautiful end for his, it's fine now. Dick's got this. It's fine.
Yeah. Eddie Eckenberg super chatting in honor of Sal's Chief Wiggum. Thanks a lot. Also, Spider-Man and Daredevil. I don't know. Maybe one of them lost a bet.
Yeah, they have to change for a week.
They have changed for a week. I've seen it, and it's funny. It's funny, but it's done for laughs. It's done for it's filler stuff. It's not like an arc. It's not very interesting. It's just
they never do the serious version of that story.
They really don't. The bee who buzzes. What if Falcon became Captain America? Oh wait,
I think it would be pretty good. In fact, I think you could make a pretty solid TV show about it.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe another movie too.
Hey, I would watch it.
Hey, come on, MCU, pick up the slack where the comics dropped the ball. I always felt Sam as Captain America had more legs, and you gave up on it too quickly.
I agree. I had another very weak and flimsy pitch, which was that Steve Rogers constantly is brought down low, and when I say constantly, I mean it's happened before. Where he loses his belief and his faith.
America doesn't love him anymore because times are a changing, as they always are.
So he becomes the captain or nomad, and paves the way for another U.S. agent. Yeah, but in this particular case, a notable character dies, and it is done in a way. The pitch is basically that America is involved in a conflict that Steve straight up doesn't believe in. And in the crossfire, Frank Castle is gunned down.
Oh, shit.
And as a result, Steve Rogers becomes the Punisher.
That's funny, because we've seen it the other way. We've seen Frank become Captain America, or try to be, so now we do it the other way around.
And of course, you have Frank die in a way like his parent, like his family does. They're caught in a crossfire of something that shouldn't be. And this time, it's not that Cap punishes street criminals and organized crime. He punishes political criminals,
the powers that be, the white collar criminals and
exactly.
everything. A completely different type
Punisher.
of Cap. Yeah, Punisher. I like that. Where it's you see Frank was fighting an endless war on crime because he was fighting the street level guys. No, you need to attack the root causes of crime, and corruption is what you need to do. I can do that because, hey, as Steve Rogers, Captain America, I know the names of all the big power players and everything. I've shook their hands and hated it, but guess what?
Yeah, and they need to be afraid.
Yeah, does he keep the shield, but he puts a skull on it?
It's 6-1, whatever.
Or does he pick up a sword now? Because it's no, I leave the shield behind. I pick up a big sword.
I don't know. That's just one of those things where I'm I don't know. Chip Zdarsky, go ham on that one.
Yeah,
buddy.
go to work.
You let me know. You let me know how Steve Rogers the Punisher goes.
I similarly had a Captain America pitch, but the other way around. We've seen Bucky be Captain America. We've seen Falcon become Captain America.
Yep.
Flash Thompson is back alive right now. He's a military man. What if he becomes Captain America, but he keeps the symbiote?
I love it. Yeah, I love that. Flash Thompson, Captain America with the symbiote. Yeah.
It'll need to be a story Steve has to go somewhere, he's in the negative zone again, or he had to go to space or something, and it's the government needs you, Agent Thompson. You've been reactivated. It's oh, what, to be Agent Anti-Venom again? No, son. And then they hand him the shield.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Cap's met him before. I think he vouches for him. So yeah,
they were Secret Avengers together, weren't there? Was that Bucky who was on that Secret Avengers team?
Oh God, I think Steve has worked with Flash before. I don't know.
I know there was a weird thing, he was keeping his identity secret for a bit. Then he was after King in Black. Everyone has to know who he is now.
Right? Yeah. No. No way.
I like that a lot, and he keeps the red, white, and blue. Maybe he puts more white in the costume because of Agent Anti-Venom. But yeah, now he just has a living suit and a living shield that he can throw and bring back and everything. Just visually, I think that's kick-ass. I don't know where the story would go with that traditionally, but just visually, it's
just cool. Ideas. Just throw them out there. Just whatever. Josh Williamson, you do one.
Take it. Johnny Cates, what you got?
Johnny Cates, knock yourself out. Do this one.
This I think is an Elseworlds. This is definitely a one and done Elseworld story.
I think you could still get away with it. I think you could absolutely with Marvel, you could always just do it. Literally, you could have Flash Thompson be Captain America for a 6 to 12 issue arc. Steve goes to Dimension Z again. Whatever.
He needs to be indisposed for some reason. Hey, you could also have some fun and play around with the villains too. You bring back, the good version of the Jack-o'-lantern, the one everyone liked from that series, and now he gets the Carnage suit because of course he does.
Because of course. That'd be fucking cool. Yeah, I'm down. I also I had this weird pitch. It's not really necessarily like a identity thing. It's more like a swapping situation where the Thing becomes disaffected from the Fantastic Four and superheroics in general, he's just like he's at a low place, and he decides screw it, and he becomes Benjamin J. Grimm hero for hire.
Ooh, I like that a lot.
And as such, Luke Cage joins the Fantastic Four as like in the Thing's place, but just
that's good for all of them, actually, because
right?
Again, who doesn't want a hard-bitten neo-noir detective story with the Thing?
In his fedora, and his trench.
Oh God, yeah, that's the costume. Chomping a cigar. We bring cigars back just for this.
Just for this,
the outfit.
It's okay. He's made of rocks. It's only
cancer.
Okay if you're made of rocks.
Yes, he won't get cancer. It's fine.
Right.
When that dame walked into my office, I knew. Again, like literally his narration is perfect for like a friggin', Jimmy Cagney detective movie.
Absolutely.
And Luke Cage on the Fantastic Four is great too, because I think he would be a really interesting odd couple thing with Reed, where it's like, so you're building a new quantum nullifier and everything. Why don't you cure cancer, asshole? Why don't you try and feed the hungry in Harlem, you dick?
I think Luke would annoy the crap out of Reed in a like really kind of like fun way, where it would hopefully challenge him, and Reed would be like, okay. Or Reed like shows him, he's like, okay, Luke, let me show you an alternate dimension where we did that.
Exactly, yeah, where they can like that's a whole story right there, where Luke is like, why don't you deal with real problems, and Reed like, I've seen other dimensions where I do, it never ends well, people become dependent on superheroes, look what happened.
Right. And then Luke is like, oh, I guess my whataboutisms about social injustice are like they need to be challenged sometimes.
Again, you would need a really good writer on that, but you would need like a Christopher Priest or someone on there. And I think you could actually make that work in a really fun way. It would be cool too, where like Luke shows up with his daughter, and it's like, it's my day with her and everything. Yeah. I gotta take her to work. Well, you got kids, right? Hey, and so then you got the Fantastic Kids and like Power Pack and like Danny and everything. That'd be fun.
What about David F. Walker?
I would like that a lot. Actually, he would be perfect for that.
David F. Walker on the Fantastic Four.
that would get me to read Fantastic Four. Did you see Bitterroots getting a movie?
No, I didn't. Good for them. That's awesome.
Yeah, and Regina King is going to be directing. I'm like, fuck yeah, man.
Oh, cool.
He was like super stoked about that. Good to see a good guy in comics win and get one of his things adapted.
Damn right. George J. Tim Drake as Blue Beetle. Love it.
Give him the Scarab. He's a smart guy already. Now he's a techno guy.
You keep Jaime. He becomes the Ted Kord Beetle.
Oh, interesting. Where now he doesn't have it, but he's got to try that much harder with all the other shit. He gets the ship. He gets to fly the big owl.
Exactly. Like I think the big bug. I think Tim occupying Ted Kord's role, whereas Jaime continues the Scarab thing. That's his bag. I feel bad taking it from him.
The one thing he has.
The one thing he's got. It's like, no, make Tim the Ted character and have him be like, I have access. Tim Drake takes over Kord Industries.
That's actually really great, where it's like, I have a bunch of money squared away from Bruce and everything I wasn't using. I wanted my own startup tech company, but I thought, hey, why not buy a brand name already that's already here? I respect what the Kords do. Now I'm just your boss.
Yeah. And that changes the structure of him and Bruce, because of course, like they're corporate competitors.
Oh, that'd be great. And Tim's better at it.
Right. Oh man. Yeah, he's like, Bruce, you had Lucius like just working for you and you just benefited, but like what if you actually told them what to make?
Yeah, what if you actually bothered to give a shit? Yeah, it's like, and I learned under Lucius too, so like, again, I know what I'm doing, and I'm young and hip and plugged in. I got the new Kord app and everything. The Kord phones were taking over the world.
Yes, the bug app, where it's like, it's basically just that Superior Spider-Man app, where it's like, click the button, call the bug. He's got like drones going all over the place.
Oh, that's great too. And like Tim, even in a role to Jaime, to be like, yeah, man, I know what it's like to be a young hero, to feel like you never get your day in the sun, to feel like you're the middle child of a great legacy.
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
But we're going to show him, Jaime. You and me, we're going to show him.
Yeah, that's your book. And then it's called Blue Beetles.
Oh, I love that. You do even like Rick and Morty it up a little bit. Yeah, 100 years, Jaime and Tim, 100 years.
Yeah,
you and me going on adventures.
It'd be amazing. I love that.
I don't know, Tim.
I don't know, Tim. This is pretty weird. Don't worry about it. Tevia suggesting John and Damian switching places.
I feel like that has to happen at some point, even just for a laugh.
Yeah, I can't believe that hasn't.
It's hard now because of the age discrepancy, but that's a bit they're going to pull at some point.
Naturally. Kevin Kruger wants to see John J'onn J'onzz become Green Arrow like he did in Brave and the Bold #50.
Oh, nice little callback there. Yeah, give Martian Manhunter something to do.
Right. I mean, you could easily make J'onn Superman, but like he morphs to. It would be fun. Here's my idea, where it's like he becomes Superman. Like it's one of those things where it's like Superman's like, I'm leaving.
Healing
J'onn. I'm going away, J'onn. You gotta be Superman, and he pretends to be Superman, and he's like, he's just constantly like, people are like, hey, Superman, yay, and he's like, J'onn feels like he's a seat warmer.
Exactly.
And then like somebody who knows him, probably Batman, but like you could also be Lois. I expect Lois, but explains like when Clark said to be Superman, he didn't mean pretend to be Superman. He just meant be Superman.
Yeah,
The people of Metropolis are okay. Well, don't care if you're green.
Yeah, exactly. Do it yourself.
Then Martian Manhunter becomes the Superman of Metropolis, and people are just like, hey, J'onn, good for you. Like they're just happy that someone's there, like flying around. Yeah, have a cookie. Oh, no, I can't. I gotta go.
It would be really interesting. You get there eventually to that idea where he embraces being himself and Metropolis embraces him. You have him do double duty where it's like, no, I just don't need you to pretend to be Superman. You got to pretend to be Clark too, because that life is just as important. You got to keep that around. But he starts slipping as Clark and starts doing stuff that Clark would never do. And it's like, man, Clark's really different now, but I like this new guy.
Right. Yeah.
And like he starts dating someone else's Clark and everything, and that causes a lot of problems.
That'd be a wacky JMD Mateus run on Superman.
That's totally what I was thinking there, where it's like, oh yeah, now he has commitments in both lives that he's trying to meet, while also pretending to be an alien. That's right. Yeah, that's very like Screwball's Three's Company, but with superheroes.
Right, which I think people are hungry for.
And then you got to get Luther in there too. But what do you mean my kryptonite doesn't work anymore?
That'd be great. That's your first arc, or your first story is just him dispatching Luther immediately, so you don't like build towards it or deal with it. Luther's just like, okay, like you deal with that,
It could also make Luther be like, fine, I'm going to jail, but I'm going to work even harder to get you now because I know this doesn't work. But you've lit a fire under my ass, new Superman.
Yeah. I've never been more motivated. Cam, I'd like to see Doctor Strange ascend to the level of a cosmic being like eternity. His ego's large enough to encompass the entire universe. Agreed. Yeah,
he's been Sorcerer Supreme. What's above Sorcerer Supreme?
Yeah. Ultimate Sorcerer. I don't know.
Does he become the new Ancient One at that point? And he's got to train someone else. I mean, I guess he has Strange Academy. Is that not really the point of that?
Yeah. I literally didn't even think about Sorcerer Supremes because of how freaking often they do it now.
They do.
I'm like, there's no point. Like
Loki was Sorcerer Supreme. Brother Voodoo was Sorcerer Supreme.
Right. They did that magic story. No, forget it.
Hood was Sorcerer Supreme, if I'm remembering completely. They'll just give that title to anybody.
Clearly. The Scottish Nerd, hey, I love the show. Would you consider doing Shattered Grid? I loved seeing you guys do Power Rangers version of a Crisis. Yeah, it'd be kind of fun. I don't really know it very well, so it'd be kind of like, I'd have to really do some deep dives on that one.
You would need me on the couch, bat and clean up on that. I'm like, no, you do the show, and I will field any Power Rangers question.
That's fair. Yeah, like here's what happens. I don't know why. Press Yeti 40, a little weird, and I don't know if it'd work, but Luke Cage as a street level Black Panther. Second idea, love off the top of my head. Shang-Chi as Daredevil. That'd be cool. Yeah.
It would. I mean, they kind of did street level Black Panther. What is it when T'Challa moved to Hell's Kitchen? Yes. And he was kind of filling the void of Daredevil there for a bit. So it'd be interesting to kind of turn that idea on its head, but it's Luke Cage doing it.
Yep. I think Luke would not want to be Black Panther.
I don't think so either.
Yeah. But I do
too much pressure.
Yeah, but I do like Shang-Chi occupying the role of Daredevil. That's a fun idea too. Kenny Ryukin says Tim Drake as Gray Ghost to make a better Batman. I like that. Martian Manhunter as Bloodwind. We've seen that already.
Yeah, who's going to be the new Bloodwind? Who wants that identity?
I think we're good on Bloodwinds.
Oh no! For our Martian Manhunter as Superman story, a new Bloodwind shows up and is a villain, and that's the guy he's got to fight for. That
there we go. I like that. Okay, now you've sold me on Bloodwind. Deb M. Punisher becomes Sentry. What's his role now? I don't think he would ever do that. That's so weird.
I had a Punisher pitch actually. Punisher becomes Hulk, and he becomes a bone white massive Hulk.
Love it. Yeah.
because he's already such a rage-filled guy anyway. Now he can dismantle entire criminal organizations in just a few minutes as a Hulk. And what does that do to him? You know, do the villains have to up their game to try and stop him? How does General Ross feel about this? Does like Ross love him? It's like, oh, finally a Hulk I can get behind. I love you so much, Frank.
Yeah, exactly. The Incredible Punisher.
Yeah, call it that. You would have so much fun with the design because he's got to be big and like bone white with a lot of skeletal features and everything. Like basically the skull becomes his face.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, no, that's it.
And maybe he starts dealing with all like the split personality stuff that Banner has always dealt with, only now it's worse. Because they kind of played with that in the Ennis years where it's like, yeah, he's had something in his head gnawing. It's like, yeah, I've always been there, Frank, but now I have form finally because of gamma radiation.
Yes. No, that's what you do. It's that thing that like makes him the Punisher, and now it's free.
Yeah.
And it's
and then you immortal it up. He dies and goes to hell, and he sees all of his old villains waiting for him in hell and everything. So you can have Jigsaw and Ma Nucci and the Russian and everything back in hell. And they're like, yeah, man, we've been waiting for you to die. Let's all kick his ass at once.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. You could play with the Green Door aspect of that character in a big way. That would be really interesting. Plus, you get Frank dealing with Hulk villains.
Frank versus the devil, where it's like, look, you hate crime, criminality, and evil. I'm the ultimate evil. I am literally the source of it all. Frank's like, oh, I'm going to kill the shit out of the devil.
I'm going to punch you. Yeah, I love that. That's so great. That's a lot of fun. Absolute Venom. Glad to make it to a live Elseworlds exchange. What if Jason Todd says, screw the Bat Family, becomes the new Deadshot? That'd be
That'd be pretty crazy. I'm sure Deadshot would be happy that someone wanted to take up his mantle.
Seriously. I mean, I would have expected him to be any character at this point. Deathstroke, Joker.
Yeah, then his daughter would be mad, like, hey, that's my mantle when I grew up. Give it back.
Yeah.
I called dibs on it. Actually, I had a good one for a Deathstroke-related character. Rose Wilson becomes the new Wonder Woman.
Ooh, wow.
She's already good with swords and everything, and she's already pretty badass.
Yeah. You'd have to really, that'd be fun. You put her on the island, maybe train.
This is her ultimate rebuking of her father and the villainous lifestyle and everything. You know, I want to be a hero. I want to be an ultimate force for good. Maybe Diana takes her under her wing. Maybe the Amazons do. Maybe, again,
Artemis or something.
Yeah, maybe it's a crazy future story and she has to take it. I would love to see the redesign of the costume because she's like, I'm not wearing the Stars and Stripes bikini. Come on. I'm not doing that. We got to put some scale mail, some armor up in here. Now, where do I put my gun?
Exactly. Yeah. I want a blue and orange Wonder Woman.
Which would be kind of cool, actually.
That would be very cool. Just some guy with a mustache, Martian Manhunter. Okay. Good point, Clark. Counterpoint, I become Bloodwind.
You keep pitching that one, John. You keep pitching Bloodwind, and it's not going to work.
Drop the Bloodwind.
Tick
Noros. I would like to see Reed Richards swap places with Peter Parker. Peter has a family he doesn't have to worry about, and Reed has finally left alone to do his thing, and how each reacts to the other's life.
That sounds like a Freaky Friday body swap situation is what that sounds like. Like they change minds. Like, look, it's Peter, but in Reed's body, and Reed in Peter's younger body.
I can't believe that Dan Slott hasn't done that already.
That feels like a very Slott idea, doesn't it?
Right? I did have a Peter Parker idea. Peter Parker becomes Ant-Man.
They're similar in a lot of ways, aren't they?
Yeah, but like Peter takes over like Pym Industries and like he gets the helmet. He's like, this is, and you know, it's Peter Parker about it. You know, he can't help it. So it's Ant-Man doing Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah,
but he's just like, this is weird, you know, but he leans into the technology. He gets, you know, he has the opportunity. He finds out like, oh, I'm not alone. I have like support. The ants thing is also a fun option. I don't know. I was just like, is that a thing?
Yeah, you get to keep the insect theme there. Maybe he starts dating Janet, as we said in our Let's Be a Comic Book Matchmaker episode. Janet would be a weirdly good match for him if the whole Mary Jane thing didn't work out. And also, hey, it's Peter dating an older woman. That's cool.
Yeah. I had another idea. It was Nick Fury as Iron Man.
Oh, fun, because we saw Punisher become a War Machine Iron Man-like guy thanks to Nick Fury's interference. Yeah, why doesn't he just put on the armor?
Yeah, and you get to explore the idea of like Nick Fury kind of going, you know what? I'm going to be a super, like, you know, like maybe he feels indebted to Tony Stark. Tony Stark's incapacitated or out or busy or whatever, retires. And Fury's like, screw it, I'm going to do it. And Fury learns what it's like to be in public. You know, like, here I am.
Come out of the shadows.
I'm gonna punch Armadillo. You know, it's like he's literally just like out there in Front Street, and he's like he feels really exposed, and he sees like, and he starts to understand. You know, like I get why you guys do this. Like,
it's
not only
addictive.
It's addictive, and like you feel like you're part of a fraternity. I've always been out on the outside. Like I've always been like throwing the party. You're the guys who are actually having the party, and I'm kind of digging this.
I like that too, even from a historical standpoint, because Tony Stark was a supporting character in the Shield book back when that was a thing. So to see, Nick Fury become an Iron Man is kind of cool in and of itself.
Yeah. So I was like, Nick Fury, what is there something to do with him? Make him Iron Man.
I had a Fury pitch too, but it was actually for his son, Nick Fury Jr.
Oh.
A character who I feel has fallen by the wayside
completely
because S.H.I.E.L.D. has fallen by the wayside and no one remembers he exists. Nick Fury Jr. becomes the new Ronin.
That's a good one.
In fact, it's perfect for him because it's like, I'm doing, backroom cloak and dagger spy stuff. The Ronin identity is perfect because no one knows who's Ronin. Ronin can be several people and has been several people.
Exactly. Yeah. Plus, he's like proficient and knows how to throw shurikens and stuff. I'm sure, probably.
And then, of course, you build up to a big story where Nick Fury Jr. has to recruit everyone else who's ever been a Ronin. So you have a situation where he's fighting the big bad at the end of the story, and there's several Ronins. Wait, but you're Ronin, but you're all Ronin.
Yeah, that'd be freaking cool. Okay, I love that.
If that becomes a thing in the next 6 months, you know who they ripped off.
Yeah. What's that? It's 47 Ronin. You call it like, however many Ronins there are.
Absolutely. Man, I never finished that Rosenberg Freefall story, but there was a new villainous Ronin in that, and I don't remember who it actually ended up being at the end.
Me either. Jack O'Connell, Kane takes over as Spider-Man for a month, tries not to show other superheroes. Peter's taking a break and make everybody hate Peter again. I feel like we've done it with Superior Spider-Man, but I hear what you're saying. I like Kane. I like Kane as Scarlet Spider. I like the idea of him like begrudgingly being Peter. That'd be kind of fun.
That's funny too. I don't know if you read the new like giant size Spider-Man, but there's a great bit in there with the other Avengers being like, yeah, Peter, sorry if we're a little apprehensive about trusting you. Sometimes you've only been Doc Ock. You've only had an alien symbiote on you. Sometimes Kraven dresses up as you.
Those have decades in between each other.
But still, we got to give you a wide berth. Also, we're not really mad at you, though.
Right.
We're busting your balls, but actually, we were always going to help you anyway because that's what we do.
George Kane, the Scarlet Spider, as the non-mutant Wolverine. He's got the stingers.
That's funny.
He
could also just become Stinger, because that's another character that's around.
Yes! Sam, not sure which to use, Gordon, Bullock, Montoya, Sawyer, or Yindle, but the DCG CPD cop becoming the Spectre. Yes. I like Bullock becoming Spectre, just a big, fat, surly Spectre. I'm the embodiment of God's vengeance. Blow cigar smoke. Oh, that's fun. I love
because
that
he'd hate it. He'd hate everyone. Oh God, I thought I could take it easy when I die, but no.
Yeah, no. Now you got to be a goddamn superhero.
Because he always hated the superheroes too. So now that he is a big magical ethereal superhero, he's like, crap. Why couldn't I just go to hell?
Yeah. Tanisha Marshall, Shazam family, and the Bat family switch.
Oh yeah, there's enough characters now. They absolutely could.
Yeah, I definitely love the idea of Batman getting like a Billy as a Robin. Yeah.
There's something kind of fun and interesting about that. Yeah, my sidekick can become a Superman. Heck, even if they just had like a scenario where it's like, for a week, the Bat family all got their own powers of Shazam.
Oh my God. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Would they use it? Would they not use it? Who would abuse the power? Red Hood.
You do big time. Speaking of Bat family, St. Lucia, Bat family as Lanterns. And Diana, Queen of Atlantis. Yeah, that'd be kind of neat.
They flirted with that idea before, certainly.
Yeah. I like the idea of the Bat family as Lanterns.
Do you gain much by putting Wonder Woman underwater? It's just like,
really.
This is just kind of what I do, only, it's less ancient Greek and more, friggin' 15,000 leagues under the sea.
Yeah, I imagine the same thing as making Mara, a Themyscirian.
Yeah, it changes, but not much.
Your boy Chips Ahoy, Wolverine loses his claws and studies weapons and to work under Deadpool. That's just a status quo change.
That's Team X Wolverine, basically, is what he is at that point.
right? No AO'd. Oh, sorry, good.
I was gonna say, now we pitched this one way back, but I actually think this one has more legs than I thought. Miles Morales becomes the new Venom because Venom is a heroic mantle now. Maybe Eddie doesn't want it anymore. Maybe Eddie's ready to move on and have a family. Gives it to Miles, which is kind of cool because Miles was sort of involved there at the beginning of the Null storyline, and also in the alternate universe. That was
his mom.
Venom killed his mom. So to see him assume that mantle, maybe as he got a little older and everything, I think would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. I had a similar Miles Morales pitch. He is visited in his dreams by the the spider god Anansi.
Yep, that's it.
And he is encouraged to become the new Black Panther.
Oh, shit. Wow. Yeah, you kind of get the Bass and Anansi thing all going on. Like, oh yeah, all us gods hang out and talk. Totally.
Exactly. But Miles Morales, the new Black Panther. That was one of my Miles Morales ideas. And again, I have no idea what to do with that. Just like,
it's an inverse on Coming to America. It's going to Wakanda.
Going to Wakanda. That's what you call the first arc.
It's your pilgrimage. You must go there. You must learn the ancient ways, and you must become the new Black Panther.
Right. And like he has to he's just like, I don't know what's going on. Like he's just compelled. He's like a spider came to my dreams, and they're like,
told me.
And they're like, oh, Anansi must have called you. Okay, that's your pass. You got to come in. What did he say? He said, I have to challenge, become the new Black Panther. And then Miles has to go through the trials. He challenges.
Shit, yeah.
And he's like, I don't even want to do this. They're like, well, the gods say it.
I'm from Queens. I like Queens.
Yes. I love that idea. Yeah, now I'm in.
Oh, you make it part. You take a page out of that new Rob book. It's a big tournament. Lots of people have been called in their dreams by the different animal gods to come and challenge for it yet again. And Miles has to do it because a great evil may try and steal the power, and they need him to be the ringer basically in this competition.
Yes. I also just had this visual of Kraven the Hunter entering, and everyone going like,
"The fuck."
What poor taste. And he's like, you don't have to be black to be the Black Panther. I don't understand. Why is everyone looking at me like I'm the asshole?
And that is the great evil that must be overcome.
It's just like, well, no, he loses round one. It's just a joke. It's just like, but he's like, oh, what? I see it's available.
Is he Watto in this version too?
Well, that's what's so great about Watto is he's insulting to many races.
Yeah, across the board. Really, one of the greatest achievements of the prequel is creating a character who is offensive to everybody.
Exactly. What am I, Greek? Jewish? I don't know.
I could be anything.
No AO to Hulk becomes Captain Marvel. Oh, you have a problem with your planet? Well, it won't be a problem anymore if there's no planet
left. Yeah, there's something fun about that.
Yeah, just making him a cosmic. Smash. Yeah, Hulk smashes in a big bad way.
Hulk smashes the damn universe.
Kevin's messing with me. Batman takes over the mantle of the heckler. It's the last thing I want to see. What's it called?
Batman is so mean when he heckles. Speaking of, here's something I'm shocked they've never actually done. Cassandra Cain takes the mantle of Batwoman.
Yes. That's like, duh.
That's like a no-brainer, and they've never done it. And I like it too, just for the weird fan thing where it's like, yes, a Cain must always be Batwoman, but sometimes you spell it with a C and sometimes you spell it with a K.
Right.
Isn't it weird that you're both in the Bat family and you have such similar names, but so very different?
It's so very different. That's very weird. I had an idea that I pitched, or I wrote down first and then just left for a while. But Amazing Zero has the same one, which is Jessica Jones becomes Captain Marvel.
Ooh, that's fun too. I like that.
Yep, I love the idea that Jessica Jones is like, fuck it.
Like she wouldn't want it, but it's being forced on her for some reason. It's like, fine, I will do it for you.
Yes, I really want to see that.
Here's a similarly kind of silly idea that I'm sure we'll have a great laugh about. Night Thrasher. Already, it's hilarious because, oh my God, you're using Night Thrasher. Gets the power cosmic and becomes the new Silver Surfer. Because he's already got a board. Right. He's halfway there.
Yeah, he's the Silver Skater.
Now, oh my God, Silver Skater. Holy
he's got
shit.
A skateboard. Oh my God, that sucks.
I'm not a joke anymore, guys. I have the power cosmic. You have to take me seriously.
No.
Just everyone, no.
Collectively, no. They all go to Galactus. We got to talk, Galen. Listen, man.
See, now it's a freaking Mark Russell comedy book, is what it is.
Yeah.
Then the ghost of Dwayne McDuffie rises to be like, this cannot happen.
It's gonna be. Yeah. No AO'd vampires attack Hawkeye's building and Clint becomes Blade. H Silver 20, no better argument to everyone getting vaccinated than getting Joel on the couch.
Thank you.
Very sweet. Yeah, I agree. We got to do that.
Take it up with the Canadian government.
Yeah, it's up. If it were up to me, we'd do it. But
if I lived in the city, if I lived in a hot spot, I could get it. But because I live in the country, no one gives a crap, and I'm probably gonna have to wait till like late summer.
This is true. What's it called? Oh, I think we're caught. Nope. Silver Knight. We'll get to him in a second here. Silver Knight says, based on the awesome pitch for Jean, how about the Justice League for a week? Need to be Superman. Everyone figures out how important it is to be Superman. A reign of the super women men.
Oh, that's fun if you have to reuse the title Reign of the Supermen. Reign of the Super People.
Yeah. That is a like annual.
Yes,
that is a thing where I'm like shocked they haven't done it. That is a Christmas story.
Yeah, everyone's got to be Superman for a day.
Yep. That is straight up like that is a done in one.
and they all learn his beauty and his worth from the inside and see a different side of Clark, and it's all very sweet and touching.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give him the day off, is what it is. They're like, nah, Clark, you get the day off. We got this. We'll do all the Superman stuff that you normally do. And every little mini story pays homage to a different thing. This is him fighting crime. This is him at the paper. This is him, on the league. It's all different parts.
Exactly.
And a great chance to do different costumes.
Right. Dex Baker, I'm buried under work, so I'll catch the replay. Well, then we'll see you, Dex Baker, on ComicPop Returns. Don't forget to subscribe. Jace Jensen says Deadpool steals web shooters and says he's the new unkillable Spider-Man.
That's pretty funny. Actually.
That's an arc. That's a 2 or 3 parter. Unkillable Spider-Man. Love it. I love that idea where he does that under Peter's nose.
Yes.
Just to send out a like a we can't kill him. He's unkillable. He's just so that Spider-Man goes to do something and they're like,
to build his legend. Yeah, because we're friends, right? That's what I did. I did it when you weren't looking and without asking.
Right. Yeah, I have boundary issues. Kevin Kruger, Orion becomes Superman.
Yeah,
Superman would have a real problem with that.
Indeed he would. Yeah, something with the new gods.
Yeah. I had an idea where Matt Murdock became Captain America.
Right, yeah, I could see that.
Just Matt is like, Cap needs to be kind of flesh and blood, no real superpowers outside of the super soldier serum. Matt is a representative of America in a big, strong way. And plus, it goes from a blonde to a redhead. I don't know.
There's something there.
There's something there. I don't know. Chip, you got anything? Go for it.
Yeah, we'll have to hammer it out in the writer's room, but there's something there.
Exactly. Like Matt Murdock becoming Captain America. Anything there? We got anything? No?
Now, tell me if you think this is a demotion or not. Vixen assumes the mantle of Animal Man, becomes Animal Woman.
Love it. Yep. Sold. Done.
Is that an upgrade or a demotion for her? Likewise, Beast Boy becomes Animal Man. Is that an upgrade or a demotion for him? I'm not sure, because Buddy Baker ain't had a fucking book in a long time.
Yes, but he is also a celebrated character with some pretty strong runs. So I feel like Vixen, it's an upgrade. Beast Boy, it's a demotion, because Beast Boy should already be a character. Beast Boy should already be pretty beloved.
There's also something in there too where it's like, okay, yeah, you became Animal Man, but when you did, you inherited all the Jeff Lemire body horror and all the Grant Morrison meta weirdness. Good luck with that, because that comes with territory.
That's right. Sam Anderson, Galactus is the Watcher. Every time you see him, there's an onomatopoeia of a stomach rumbling. I love the idea of Galactus becoming the Watcher. I think that's just a great idea.
Torture for him is what that is. I can see all these worlds and I can't eat any of them.
Or alternatively, Uatu becomes Galactus. Now I've got to be involved. I'm too involved.
Yeah, some there. Ooh, what if Cyborg became a good version of Brainiac? And I know there's already good versions of Brainiac, but he becomes the main Brainiac, where it's my body was destroyed, but I uploaded into one of Brainiac's ships. Now I am Brainiac, but I'm good.
Yeah. So and you change the name, because Cyborg has always been a lame name, and he goes by Brainiac now.
And again, he's got to go. Oh, his whole series can be about him trying to put all the little worlds back and everything. Oh man, I'm going to be here for a long time.
That's great if you want to get rid of him. If you want to get Cyborg out of here without just giving him nothing to do.
I think that could be a fun Twilight Zone thing, and every world is its own little Twilight Zone episode he's got to unpack.
Yeah, that's almost a Tales from the Dark Multiverse like device, but
a little bit, yeah.
But
Tails,
but just throw away the dark multiverse.
Tails from Brainiac's little jars.
Yes. KB Nightwing becomes Shazam, a skilled Shazam. Yes, please. I'll do you one better. Jason Todd becomes Shazam.
Oh shit! But is he pure of heart?
That's the thing. Like, and it's like he's chosen. He is, but it's like even he doesn't believe it. You know.
I mean, I guess if Black Adam can become champion of magic and everything for a bit, then sure, why not?
Right. Jam Call X, John Walker, Space Knight. Bring in old school 80s action hero justice to a lawless, suffering corner of the cosmos.
That's pretty solid, actually. I like that. Might actually make people give a shit about Space Knight if you make it John Walker off the heels of the show.
You could combine it with the kind of the Icon and Rocket kind of story where, because Icon's a little bit of a conservative, so is John Walker. You could have him be like, look at you aliens, you gotta pull yourselves up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, you aliens, why don't you speak English? This is space.
Yeah, but I love that idea anyway. John Walker, Space Knight, sold.
Yeah, give him a fun little sidekick there to hang out with him, and yeah, I think there's definitely something there.
Yep. Kojo Pumpuni says Vixen becoming Wonder Woman.
That's also an option too. Hey, well, we're doing that. We haven't done villains becoming heroes. I actually think Giganta would make a really good Wonder Woman.
Agreed. That'd be great to see.
Just because I love Giganta.
Because justice for Giganta. Hashtag justice for Giganta. He also mentioned Mr. Terrific becoming Batman. That's like better than what they did with the next Batman. Like, screw Tim Fox. No. Like, Bruce is like, hey, I gotta go away. You're Batman now. Like, I need somebody who's Batman isn't a powerhouse or whatever. He's smart.
No, yeah. He's just a smart guy. So let's really double down on that.
Yeah.
For what it's worth, I liked the Jace Fox stuff in Future State. I read the first issue of his digital book. I'm like, okay, his origin. Oh, wow, that was short. And then I never went back. So I still don't know what his origin is.
Oh. Chaotic Chris, Donna Troy grabs a crossbow and becomes Huntress.
I thought of something like that. And maybe like Huntress becomes the new Green Arrow because you both got a bow. You just traded the Bat family for the Arrow family.
I think it's a great idea. I think Helena would really fit in well with the Arrow family better.
She would, honestly.
Plus Oliver would try to sleep with her.
As he tends to do. That's in his character. Also, too, Damian Wayne, I know he just came back to being Robin again when it really felt like they were going to give him a new name there for a little bit. What if Damian Wayne says, screw it, and decides, you know what, I'm going to own the mantle of the heretic, the guy who killed me, in the same way Jason Todd owns the mantle of the Red Hood?
Yes, that's such a good idea. That's like where you go with him when you're done with Damian.
Because he'll always be a heretic to the Bat family and in the eyes of oh so many fans.
This is true.
Similarly, he had a cousin who was Duson's daughter. This was in the Benjamin Pursley run there. Criminally underrated. He introduced Damian's cousin, who is the demon's thumb. The idea being, I am the thing that holds the sword on the hand. Right. I am basically everything you could be if you never left. She's got a cool Oni mask and everything. I'm like, oh, that should be Damian's new gimmick because no one's using her.
No, that's true.
He should become the demon's thumb.
Yeah, that's a good. Jace has a good one. Jace Jensen says Scott Summers becomes Star-Lord. Joins up with the Starjammers.
That's good too. I like that a lot.
I'll do one better. The Starjammers become the Guardians of the Galaxy. Scott Summers is Star-Lord. That's the story.
Did you see in the backup of that Hyperion and the Imperial Guard Heroes Reborn tie-in?
I did not read that one.
Well, let me tell you the best part then. The joke is literally, hey, we're riffing on Legion of Superheroes. This is an issue from a Hyperion series that never existed, but because it's Heroes Reborn, it's a new universe. And to really sell that it's a comic that never existed, there's a backup for a new series coming soon, which is about the Summers family. The idea being they all went to space and all became the Starjammers.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's Havoc and Cyclops, and they're all the Starjammers, and it's Crosshair's alien cat wife, naturally.
Oh, Hepzibah, yeah.
Hepzibah, because she's cool and hot, and who doesn't want her there?
Who isn't a furry?
Who isn't a furry, absolutely. So you want that. But then it's like, oh, well, how do we make this more interesting? We need 2 more members of the team. Throw Rocket and Groot in there. So it's the Starjammers, the Summers family, plus Rocket and Groot in a series that never existed. They're like, coming soon. Here's 5 pages, coming 1992. And I'm like, their costumes are great. And this is actually a fucking killer premise. Like, I know you're doing a joke, but this is actually like a rock solid premise.
Damn. You know that writer was like, he put that out there just to hopefully get it. You know.
Oh God, yeah. In fact, I hope more of those Heroes Reborn thing have like those little stealth pitches in there. Like, yeah, like that's funny. No one would want that, right? But like we have the sketches.
Yeah,
like,
but I have an outline.
Yeah.
Tom knows what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Dan V900, Zatanna becoming Batwoman. I always wanted an Elseworlds written by Dini, with Zatanna and Bruce's son being the best of both. Batman doing magic.
I like a magic bat person. That's an idea they flirted with, but never actually pulled the trigger on in any meaningful way.
Yep. Similarly, RK, my friend will be pissed if I don't say Khan as Power Boy and teams with Tanya. Expect he is the one with the peck window.
Oh, okay. So instead of Power Girl, he becomes Power Boy because Superboy is already kind of taken right now and teams up with the other new Power Girl because technically, I guess we don't have original Power Girl anymore. I think they're both trapped in the same hole. That's where Christopher Priest left them. They're trapped in another dimension and just no one went to the other dimension to get them back.
Great.
I do love Connor as Power Boy, though. That's actually not a bad pitch at all. And yes, he just has a big rippling back window.
He's like, you're welcome.
No, he starts stealing Huntress's shirts to just show off his six-pack. Yeah. That's pretty good, isn't it?
Yes, show off his sick bag. Or he has like his little peekaboo window in the back so you can see his butt crack.
That'd be fun too. And again,
back there.
just Huntress being like, give me my shirts back, man. Seriously, come on.
Yeah. I had one other one, which was there's some low-flying planes in Canada right now.
The airport is literally over there, and yes, a bunch of them have been low-flying all day.
King T. Akeem helping us out. Thank you very much, King. No Aod, Conan becomes the Punisher. Have they done that yet? If not, how have they not done that yet? Man-Thing as Cap, because screw you, I want that visual.
Those are both two really good visual things. Like, even if just Conan puts the shirt on for a bit, I was cold.
Yeah, right. That's cool.
This shirt is mine now.
That's like when Matt put it on, and people were like, Matt, what are you doing? He's like, I'm blind.
I don't know what this means.
I needed a shirt.
Man, that would be good. Conan is Punisher in like the urban jungle. Like he's still Conan doing all the Conan things, but instead of fighting like monsters and cultists, he's fighting like drug dealers and mafiosos. But in the same way, like, oh yes, I see them over the ridge. They will taste my Valerian steel.
Right. What was it? Super duper head ass Bart Allen becomes Godspeed.
Yeah, that's a good name. I think they're flirting with that idea in the show right now because they're bringing Bart Allen into it, and they're also seemingly bringing back Godspeed because they have the costume.
Right. Dan V back to say, as far as making villains, heroes, make Riddler the new question, who reformed as long as Vic is still dead and Renee isn't the character.
Again, that feels like an interesting Black Label book right there. Good guy, Riddler.
Yeah.
Who becomes the question. That's just kind of perfect. Oh, you totally Hannibal Lecter it up and everything. Like he needs, like only he can solve the case. So they get him out of prison.
Yeah. I like that. I like Eddie having something to do as opposed to nothing.
And they flirted with making him a good guy several times. They almost did after You're the Villain. And Tynan's like, no, but I want him for my story though. So he's going to break bad again.
Yes. I had another one, which was Bruce Wayne the Hellblazer.
Because he's been everything else,
right? But just that's the pitch. It was Bruce Wayne the Hellblazer, and it's just Bruce. He dabbles in magic. Maybe John dies, and he's just like, okay, and he just falls down the rabbit hole, and like he abandons his post and just becomes this kind of like. He's another kind of son of a bitch is the idea.
I do like that idea because magic has always been that thing. Yes. That Bruce could never figure out on top of everything else. He's a master of everything, but magic just throws him for a loop.
Yes.
That would also change his relationship with Superman because it's like, hey, I have the one thing that can hurt you that's not kryptonite.
Right. So those are all my pitches as far as like, what I came up with off the top of my head before we started shooting.
We should become the new Ghost Rider. I feel like that's a mantle that gets passed around a lot. Who could be a good new Ghost Rider? Rick Jones becomes the new Ghost Rider.
Oh my God.
Because he's been everything else. He's been a Bucky. He's been a Hulk. The Spirit of Vengeance now.
And isn't he dead? They could bring him back and make him.
No, he's just a Cronenberg monster now.
Oh, great. Well,
as with everything else in Immortal Hulk, he was fused with the Walking Ghost, but they got him unfused. He's just like a horrible, twisted creature now.
Okay, yeah, then make him a Ghost Rider and burn that shit out of him.
There you go.
So I was going to say, ooh, Punisher. And I'm like, oh, wait, Donnie struck again.
Yep, already beat you
Cosmic
to
Ghost
it.
Rider.
Beat you to it.
Yeah.
Always beating us to it.
Right? And like maybe Gamora could be like the new Thanos or something. How about that?
Again, they flirted with that idea too, and then didn't pull the trigger on it.
I know. Cam, have we ever seen Lex become Batman? No.
But he very easily couldn't he? Again, I feel that's a Black Label Elseworld story right there.
Yeah, yes. That's like an idea like Bleeding Bullets, where it's like Lex Luthor, disaffected and frustrated by like the hokey, shit-kicking Kansas Smallvilleites who are giving him a hard time, moves to the big city, but not that big city, another big city. A big city that needs work. Metropolis is already fixed. I need a challenge. Goes to Metropolis,
That's a great elevator pitch.
Or goes to Gotham,
there.
I should say. Yeah.
Yeah. What if Lex went to Gotham instead of Metropolis, and how that would change his life?
Yeah.
In this world, the Wayne family is all killed in the alley, and that like really spurs Luthor on. Like, oh my god, rich people can be murdered.
Yes,
I gotta do something about this.
Yeah, I better fix this. I'll stop crime,
and I will become a bat for some reason.
Yeah. Well, one flies through his window. Hell, maybe you don't even have him become Batman. It's just the Elseworld stories. Lex Luthor like takes on Gotham,
right?
And like he takes over the Wayne estate because they're all dead and it doesn't go to anybody.
Right.
Alfred becomes his butler because like he
needs a job.
He's out of work. And then like, a bat flies through the window and it lands on like, his own head or his father's bust.
Of course.
And he goes, I got to solve this bat problem too.
Well, I'm at it. Yeah. No, here's the thing. Lex Luthor becomes Batman, but he just wears another Lex Luthor face over his own because it's the only image he loves so much.
That's right. That's the only thing I respect. Dan V900 back. I love the Riddler's Reform episode, and Dini did a great job with Riddler working with the cops in his run. I do love the Donny Cates Doctor Strange arc with Loki as Sorcerer Supreme. I did not, but I hear what you're saying.
It was short-lived.
That's true. Yeah, the Riddler Reform episode was great, but not that Doctor Strange run. But yeah, so let us know in the comments down below. What's your character you'd like to see occupy another role and would do it damn good justice? I would love to know. Otherwise, if you can't stop and you got plenty more time, go to patreon.com/comicpop in about 10 minutes, and Joel and I are going to continue this conversation or another conversation for a few minutes and keep it up there. If you are catching this on the rebroadcast, don't despair. That show is still available for posterity on patreon.com/comicpop, so you can catch it there. And we'll see you guys next time. Don't forget, of course, if you want to catch this on the rebroadcast, make sure to subscribe to ComicPop Returns, our new supplemental channel, which is still in beta. Like we don't have all the branding done. But we do have multiple episodes of the show, Elseworlds, Off the Rack, and of course, Letters Page as well. What's up?
Also, hey, come by my channel at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time because we're dropping the first episode of Capes and Crooks, my big supervillain tabletop RPG that I'm going to be running with Scott from Nerd Sync and Thorgy from Professor Thorgy. So if you want more comic YouTuber goodness, check that out. It's very funny, and I'll be in the comments taking donations and taking questions.
Nice. That's happening in an hour and a half, so you don't have a lot of time, so we got to get out of here. So long, everybody.